Well, it's Friday the 8th of January. Build boats this year of different sorts. One to keep ashore, a barge for stately cruises with friends, others to cut and haul. But all will need a lifeboat aboard wherever you go. This is episode 2101 of 301 Permanently Moved Online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded and edited by me at the JMO. Happy New Year everyone, 2021, can you believe it? Such a sci-fi sounding date, unlike 2020, a date which when said aloud sounded like a meme, too wrapped up in its alliterative qualities to bother impressing anyone, unlike the muscular Chad energy of 2021 of course. It's a date that just sounds like it's going places, doesn't it? We are now embedded in the condition that will dominate the 21st century, indeterminacy. When people say, when things get back to normal again, what I hear is, when the future feels further away. Unfortunately, the future isn't going away. It's unfolding moment to moment. The sensation of the future's arrival will only get faster and faster as more and more of it piles atop the present. The landslide is still ongoing, and the distance and depth of its run out is still to be seen. So what is it like to live under the condition of indeterminacy? Well, to do that, we'll need a metaphor. Imagine being on a boat, and you look out over the waves for the future to appear over the horizon. We are all currently in little boats paddling through the archipelagos of known knowns towards that future horizon. Some of these islands are birthdays, diary appointments, or familiar people and places. Others are visible obstacles or dangerous currents to be avoided. Between us and the horizon are the acknowledged unknown unknowns of the deep, sudden unemployment and illness, or even the kraken. What has changed is that we can no longer continue to paddle with the assumption that the structure of the world today will be the same as tomorrow. We can't assume that anything expected just over the horizon will arrive on time or even in the right place. If you're on foot, then it's a case of hopping and leaping from island to island, securing one's footing before moving on. This can of course be done by an individual or a group. The islands that we can see are all there is, but the horizon is closer than ever before. Maps that showed safe routes have become untrustworthy. They are, as it were, relics from another age. Charts are more useful. They demand close attention to one's surrounding and the stars. But even better, in this age of indeterminacy, are recipes. With our boats pulled up upon the island's shoreline, we are instead in a collective kitchen. I'd like to reshare a clip from episode 1811, recorded in June of 2018. It's an extract from a long text written by a friend. The document had a huge impact on me at the time and continues to do so. How to live in a time like this. Cooking can be a solo or social activity. Knowing that recipes are always transferable, elastic, and capable of enduring time, unlike almost everything else we pen to the page. Remembering that recipes are always subjective, localized, open to interpretation and augmentation. Any good recipe begins with a set of preparatory tasks. The opening of mine reads: 1. Spend whatever you have available to you in this moment. All forms of capital should be considered for transaction to acquire a safe and secure platform from which to work. 2. Ensuring your work environment is free from any contaminants and that any personal abrasions or open wounds are seen to immediately. If you share your kitchen with others, it is paramount to your well-being that they observe this rule. 3. Remove all omnipresent distractions and emotional absorbance from your immediate psychological terrain, e.g., disconnect or dramatically reduce your intake of social media and restrict your intake of news to select channels at fixed times. 4. Develop a consistent and disciplined daily practice of activities that ensures resilient self-care and which enables the building of core strength over time, e.g., meditation, Krav Maga, TRE, Queria, somatic technique, I Ching, or whatever flavor suits you best. 5. Create and find forms of information transmission that circumvent the dominant and infinitely traceable modes of communication we use most often. The past can be ransacked for appropriate technique, and the imagination will supply more. E.g., observe the use of the half arc of the Ithacus drawn in the sand by Christians during their persecution in the time of the Holy Roman Empire. 6. Build a strong network of trust, offline. 7. Re-examine the literature. Research the most contentious areas of exploration that were heavily curtailed or shut down during or after the period of the 1960s. Re-perform the experiments done that evidence the best and most intriguing results. 8. Internalize a new time horizon that accepts that you may be dead and nothing but nutrients for earthworms before the effects of your contribution matter. 9. Treat the appearance and act of assimilation as the most effective means to create for oneself a cloak of invisibility. 10. find the others.